from the 1920s, as well as a saw bench dating from the 1870s. Discovery Zone 5 also contains representatives of the world. Bringing up the rear in today's display. Otherwise, we have a very full programme, and one including one or two bonuses. And the blue David Sisters DH-82A Tiger Moth. That very much part of our coronation theme, as indeed is this. God save the King, you can see it reads. We'll see it all the better when it flies past in the other direction. Yeah, so those three aircraft, although while the Eon primary glider is towed to height, and then we'll be seeing the primary displaying once it's released. The Second World War I slot thereafter with the SE-5A and the Sopwith Pup. Then expect to see a very large Union Jack descending from the heavens with the parachute regiment's Red Devils.
And while the warbirds may sometimes grab the headlines, these aeroplanes, the three of these, are representative of true British flying history. Ben, I know like me, you are a passionate fan of these golden era aeroplanes.
They are absolutely tremendous, and how wonderful it's been in just the last few years. Forward, the Comet. Finishing in 12th position.
And the white aircraft on the port wing of the DH-80 Comet, the Percival Mugo, another aeroplane. Many years from White Waltham, purely Flutter in his day job was a Concorde captain. Brazilian parents.
Just 2 weeks after this, he then turned exclusively to air racing.
The pilot can see the runway by flying in on that curved approach. You can certainly see the soft ground conditions there, with the mud being thrown up by the Mugel's tail skid. Tail skid almost acts as a brake and as a plough, helping keep the aeroplane in a straight line.
There were in total 3 examples. magazine said of the Hawkspeed 6, with the cockpit covered by a small coupe top, the machine is admirable for those who wish to get about quickly on business, but want the advantage of an open machine with a cockpit which can be closed at will. I'm not sure it was perhaps the most practical proposition for the businessman, rather more of a bespoke racer, but nonetheless a splendid aeroplane.
Of course, this was a mild aeroplane. And a superbly executed wheeler landing there, keeping the weight on the undercarriage till the very last minute.
This was without, albeit briefly, King Edward VIII flew in a Bristol F2B belonging to number 139 Squadron of the Royal Air Force from Villa Veria in Italy.
Oh yeah.
Using the crosswind runway here, or the cross runway, which is actually into wind at the moment, and as well as minimising the need for the crosswind, again it's avoiding cutting up the ground. Sportingly indeed, my own super cub with its 150 horsepower engine, the ideal tow ship. And followed off by the aeroplane's predecessor in service, the PH-82 Tiger Moth, itself an aeroplane on which the late Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, came to his first solo before moving on to further training on the North American harbours. So we've got Wacky Rabbit parked just in front of the town, which is the other aeroplane.
The Parrot.
Actually, it's quite interesting. It's gained one or two nicknames. The Parrot was one. The one I loved actually was the nickname it was given at Headlow, just up the road here, a few miles down the road, and is now based in hangars on the opposite side of the lake.
When the training of those three members in 1968, it was at that station that he earned his private pilot's licence and his high preliminary flying badge. And the new Captain Philip Pinney.
Just to land, and that is how you land the chipmunk.
Very nicely flown by Bob Brinkley, one of the syndicate members that owns this aeroplane.
The Lancaster.
in the event of a Warsaw-packed armoured advance across the North German plain, for example, Army Air Corps links would have operated in conjunction with the smaller Gazelles to help counter it.
It's able to hover behind some bushes, pop up, direct missiles or indirect additional fire, and then disappear out, duck and vanish. Helicopters with flexible radar heads, you would have real danger. David, I'm here with the microphone again. Tell us a bit what it looks like.
A swordfish, I used to fly in the back seat of one of those, and I'm still, although I had to do Morse all those years, basically I wasn't allowed to use it. But still part of the basically we're still here, and that's good.
Well, that was new. David, I've got to say, is an incredibly spry, soon-to-be centenarian. But your role was. So your role was as a
basically flying to keep U-boats down under the water. If we kept them down under the water, they couldn't do their job. Basically, they had to come up beside the convoy and get in the right position, basically.
We've got some unique aeroplanes flying, and the string band will be coming and doing a display in about 10 minutes.
That's lovely. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Steve Roll, the Navy Wings, Fairy Swordfish 1.
Role for many swordfish was protecting the convoys, bringing food and supplies to the European theatre from America. And by keeping the submarines under the water, they weren't able to fire accurately. Speaking earlier to David, we
were shot down. Their commanding officer, Lieutenant Commander Eugene Esmond, being awarded the Victoria Cross for his heroism during those actions. That being one of just two VCs awarded to